Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at camera ecosystems and just looking at the camera ecosystems which I'm currently using. Here we go! Now, camera ecosystems, basically a camera ecosystem is you pick what brand of camera which you like, and then you buy the lenses for that camera system, and then you're in that ecosystem. So for example, if you pick Canon, then you could pick Canon EF or EFM or the RF, so one of those, and then you're in that system. I, like a few other people, have a couple of ecosystems, or a few I should say, and I guess this is a question for people out there. Is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? And like most things, it's quite subjective. It all depends on you and your needs, and to a degree your bank balance, I guess, as well. As you may know from previous videos, if you're not new to the Mad Science Films channel, but if you are new to the Mad Science Films channel, then you'll need to know that I shoot with Panasonic cameras, and for the longest time Micro Four Thirds. So I was in that Micro Four Thirds Lumix camera ecosystem. Cheers! So this is some of my gear in terms of camera and lenses, and I'll quickly just run through what I've got. And this pretty much sums up what I've got in general, and a little reason to why I've got such a mixed bag of ecosystems. Now, to some of you, again, this may look like a huge headache and a huge, like, what are you doing? But I've got my reasons, so back off. I very much enjoy Micro Four Thirds, and one thing which, going back to Sony, one reason why I decided to go a bit heavier into Micro Four Thirds was because to get some good reach with the lens, particularly in the Sony lineup, so if you want a Sony 200 to 600, for example, you're paying like thousands for that kind of lens. And with the Micro Four Thirds, it's far more affordable to get that kind of reach. And that's due to the sensor size. By its nature, it's far easier because you've got that crop to get more reach. And also that means that the lenses, the telephoto lenses in particular, are far smaller than what you'll get on full frame. So this lens here, this is a Panasonic 100 to 300, so this is a 200 to 600 equivalent. Very small for what it is, and it costs like almost a quarter of the price of a full frame equivalent, particularly on the Sony. And that's one thing I really enjoy about the Micro Four Thirds system, is how small and compact and affordable the lenses are. Another example here, we have a Panasonic 12 to 60, which is a 24 to 120 full frame equivalent. Very compact, small, lovely lens, good sharpness on there, an overall good performer. And this is a Sigma 24 to 105 full frame lens, so you get a similar focal range there. If you just compare the two in terms of size, and this weighs a ton in comparison to this one. So you're getting very affordable, good quality lenses that are very, very small, and it's perfect for travel. And at some point in the future I will do a travel video, because I'm looking to go away next year. I've got a couple of big trips planned, so I'm going to be thinking about what kind of travel equipment to take with me. So I'll do a video for that, and I dare say it probably will be my Lumix Micro Four Thirds setup. Thinking of the future and thinking of more professional video work that we do at Mad Science Films, although I do love Lumix and the Micro Four Thirds system, felt a bit kind of held back with their struggle with low light and their struggle with dynamic range. Again, all these are kind of just inherent with the Micro Four Thirds system. Yeah, there have been computational photography improvements in that kind of technology to help with the constraints of the Micro Four Thirds system, and you're seeing that more so in the GH6, which has just come out. So there are ways around it, and there are technologies to help with that, but nevertheless, always nice to have full frame. And this is in my line of thinking in terms of ecosystems. You know, there's strengths with the Micro Four Thirds, and there's also strengths with full frame. And sticking with Panasonic, my full frame options was the L-mount Lumix cameras, and this is the S5, a lovely, amazing camera, video centric, but also can produce amazing stills. Also got the S1 upstairs too, and it's very similar to the S5 in terms of image quality and the ability to shoot crazy good video and really good stills. So I will be investing more into the L-mount ecosystem. Currently I have one L-mount lens, and this is the 28-70 f2.8 from Sigma. Similar to Micro Four Thirds in the sense that it's small for what it is and very affordable in comparison to the 24-70s full frames you'll find on even Leica or Canon and Sony. So also I did buy a Canon camera, which is random as hell, but for a specific purpose. Again, this all goes down to your budget and your needs. A lot of people will be like, James, why the hell have you got a Canon camera when you've got perfectly capable stills cameras? And that's true, but just being a photography geek, I wanted a traditional kind of DSLR stills mainly camera, although this does shoot decent HD video, but I wanted a nice stills camera. I enjoy the feel of a Canon DSLR. I even love the shutter sound and just the simplicity and overall use of a Canon DSLR. Now this is all linked together, so I've got Canon lenses and Canon cameras and Leica cameras and Micro Four Thirds cameras, and these can work together with varying degrees of performance, so you need to bear that in mind. And again, that goes down to your needs and what you're going to be using equipment for. Now, because I do mainly video, I don't need the lenses to be lightning fast or have amazing continuous autofocus. So I'm happy to adapt. Now, I've got two adapters here. I've got one adapter for the Micro Four Thirds system, and this is a speed booster, and you know it's a speed booster because there's glass in the middle. And this gives me the ability to adapt Canon lenses to Micro Four Thirds bodies, which is amazing because you can get some crazy good results from that. So for example, if you take this 24-105 and slap this, and this is an f4, constant f4 aperture, put this on a speed booster and connect it to any one of these Micro Four Thirds cameras, such as the G9 here, you get that lens down to it goes from an f4 thanks to the speed booster to an f2.8, which is fantastic. So you get an extra stop of light, so you can really add to your full frame Canon lenses by adapting these Canon lenses via speed booster to Micro Four Thirds bodies, and that really is pretty cool, and I quite enjoy doing that actually. So again, but because you can take stills with this, and the autofocus does work in photography, but it's going to be a AFS kind of situation rather than an AFC, because it is adapted and it's not a native lens. But for video, absolutely fantastic. Also, the reason why I've not had to spend a great deal on lenses for the Leica full frame cameras such as the S5 here, again, is because I'm using adapters, and I've got a Sigma MC21, but I recently bought a Comlite EF to L mount adapter too. This is not a speed booster because there's no glass element, so it's just giving the lens the ability to communicate with the camera body. But again, because I'm doing video, it's not a huge issue, the fact that I'm adapting these lenses. You can get AFS for photography, and that works out pretty well. But if you're doing more serious professional photography work in particular, then you probably you're gonna want to stick with native lenses. So that's it for me, just talking about ecosystems and cameras and what we got and what I use and whatever else. Now this is more like a question, I guess, is this mental? Is this like over the top? It probably is to a certain extent. But are you like me? Do you enjoy tapping into different ecosystems and kind of building some Frankenstein kit? Or do you have just a sole allegiance to one ecosystem and you're quite happy in that ecosystem? There is no right or wrong answer for this, mind. This is just a general discussion, kind of debate-ish kind of video. So let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your subscriptions to our channel. If you have any suggestions for future videos, then please let us know. And yeah, thank you and goodbye.